questions, give us a call, 1-800-529-5465. It's the meat and potatoes of the show. Let's go to Curleen.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. Please, fraud department came to our house about 2 days ago, but they missed my absence. I traveled to Pittsburgh, but my wife gave them everything that they needed. They asked her, she showed them everything. I just want to know, what do you think is the next step?
Well, you went for an adjustment interview. They obviously did not believe it was a real marriage. They came to your home to inspect to see if you live there. I don't know what your wife showed them. The next.
Yeah, they asked where I sleep. They asked for my clothes. She showed them all my belongings. She showed them my pictures. She showed them.
All right, so
but she showed them everything that I have there.
So they're doing an investigation. They, I guess, assume that that's where you're living, and hopefully in the next few months they will approve your case. If 120 days goes by, you haven't heard anything, I would threaten a mandamus at that point.
I would do what?
A mandamus. A mandamus is a lawsuit against the federal government for delaying your green card. You can do that within a few months if you haven't heard anything. Or hopefully you'll hear.
All right.
All right, but obviously if that's where you live and they showed the agents that's where you live and your stuff was there, then that's good. Hopefully they'll approve it.
As a matter of fact, I was traveling that very day in the morning. I traveled around 6 o'clock, and they came around 8 o'clock. So my wife showed them my car key.
For about 2 hours.
Yeah, my wife showed them my car key. My wife showed them the pictures. They collected my wife's phones, and they go through it. They saw the picture of me and my kids. They saw everything.
Okay.
Meanwhile, me and the kids, they called the kids for interview for by August, first week in August. They called the kids to come for an interview, but we have never been there. That's in August. Do you
have an attorney?
I do.
You do. Okay. So your attorney should be advising you. You have to, obviously you're living there. Your kids are stepchildren. They didn't believe, for whatever reason, when you went on the interview. I don't know what you said or what you brought with you, but they didn't believe it was a real marriage. They did a full investigation. They discovered that you're in a real marriage, and congratulations. So hopefully you'll get an approval soon.
No. Okay, well, what about the interview that they call my kids for? Are they going to ask the kids some questions or something? Because my kids is minor.
They could.
As minor as they are?
I don't know how minor they are. I mean, are they 5 years
old
or are they 17 years old?
No, they are 16, 14, and 10.
They could ask a 16-year-old questions. They could ask a 10-year-old questions. Where do you live? Who lives there? They could ask those questions.
No. Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Bye.
Let's go to Ramesh in Albany.
Hello.
Hi, Ramesh.
Ramesh Albany.
Yes, Ramesh. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. What can I do?
I'm married with the Syrian girl, Syrian lady. Then I filed the 1751 removal the condition.
Right.
Then I got the interview.
Right.
When I got the interview, I told how he know that he say I am no happy. I no want to go interview. What I do?
Okay. So let me understand what you're saying. You're married to a citizen lady. You're married. Your wife is a U.S. citizen. You filed the I-751, a joint application. You have an interview coming up to prove that you and your wife are in a real marriage. And now your wife turns to you and says, Ramesh, I'm not coming to the interview. And now you call me on what do I do? Well, you can't force her to come. You cannot force her to come. You can't put a gun and say, come, or I'm going to shoot you. You're not going to do that. So what you would do in a situation like that would be that if she's not going to come, it sounds like the marriage is breaking up. If I were you, I would do a divorce. She doesn't want to come, then she's not of use to you. She doesn't love you. She doesn't want to help you. I would get a divorce, start a divorce immediately, show up to the interview yourself without her, prove that the divorce is in process. They will give you extra time to complete the divorce, and then you do the whole case on your own.
Today she say, okay, I go interview. if she go with me interview, he told her anything wrong, then any problem?
Yes, she can go to the interview and turn to the officer and say, this is a business marriage. She can say, I live at 1 Main Street when you live at 17 Cherry Lane. You know, she could say, who knows what she'll say.
Then I go alone the interview, I can go alone?
I think you need a consultation. I think you need, this goes well beyond a telephone call. I think you need a consultation. But if you don't trust your wife to say the right thing and she's refusing to come one day and another day she says she's going to come, it sounds like to me this marriage is no good. And if the marriage is no good, then get a divorce from her. You go alone. You prove it's a real marriage. I assume it's a real marriage. You prove it's a real marriage. You go alone and you say, here's my divorce. I'll be divorced soon.
But 4 years, I no problem any. Good marry. From 4 years. This time when she no interview, she I no happy. I no want to go there.
Then if it's a good marriage, nobody says it's not a good marriage, first of all, because if it wasn't a good marriage, then, you know, you can't fake a business marriage. And, you know, I would be telling you, you got big troubles. Okay. Everyone believes it's a good marriage. You either
no,
have
4
to,
years, my marriage is good. No any problem.
Ramesh, you either,
I don't know,
Ramesh,
but no any problem.
Listen to me. You have 2 choices in your life at this point. Okay?
Yeah.
Choice 1 is you and your wife show up at the interview. You prove you live together. You prove you love each other. That's choice 1. Choice 2 is you get a divorce from her. You start that right now. You go on the interview without her. You bring proof that it was a real marriage, but now the marriage is breaking up. I'm getting a divorce. You talk alone without her. You prove it's a real marriage. Even if you're not fully divorced, they will give you time to complete the divorce, and you complete the case on your own as a divorced man. You don't have choice 3. Choice 3 is that she's abusing you, but I don't hear that. Choice 4 is there would be a hardship if you went home. I don't hear that. You got 2 choices.
Okay. From 1 week, he no come in my house together where I live.
Ramesh, I can't solve your problem on this show. I just gave you your choices. You can say thank you, or maybe I need more help. All right, hold on 1 second.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.